Welcome to Conversations with the Commish. We're pleased to have with us Kym Adair, who's the Executive Director of the Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl. The Bowl is one of the newest partners for the conference. MidAmerican Conference will begin playing in that bowl game in 2020. Kym, thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
How the heck does someone get to be the executive director of a bowl game?
Well, it's not at all what I expected, but I'm so happy to have landed here. I actually, for the last 10 years, was a senior vice president of marketing and business development for the title sponsor, Nova Home Loans. I helped Nova negotiate the title sponsorship contract, and as a result, became an executive committee member of the bowl game. So was very close to the bowl game and very involved in the bowl game from the very, very beginning. So that was 3 years ago. We've completed 3 bowl games. And then when our executive director decided he wanted to retire, some of the other board members turned to me and asked if I'd be interested. And I've had a long career of negotiating sports marketing contracts, and actually had the bowl in my office suite for several years and was overseeing some of their activities. So I was ready to kind of make a change and enter the world of sports marketing and putting on a bowl game.
What do you spend most of your time doing?
Well, we're talking with wonderful partners like the MAC and the Mountain West, making sure that we develop a bowl that is achieving all of our goals together, making sure we're putting on a terrific experience for the teams, the coaches, the conference partners, all of the fans that come. We want to ensure that they have a marvelous experience in Tucson, Arizona, and making sure that we're putting on one of the best bowl games out there, and we're very committed to making sure that that happens.
For our fans back here in the Midwest with our MidAmerican Conference teams, what should they know about Tucson or about the bowl game experience out in Tucson that's going to make them say, golly, I want to make sure I'm there?
Yes. Well, the last 2 years, our temperature at kickoff has been around 71 degrees. So hopefully that will be a motivating factor. We have beautiful weather in Tucson that time of year, knock on wood. Mm-hmm. And we've always managed to have a really great game and a great bowl experience. But we also make it more than just about a bowl game, about a football game. It's really a fan experience from the very beginning. We have a downtown block party. We have a terrific players party at Old Tucson Studios, where they used to film Western movies. And then we have a tailgate that encompasses a kids zone and a headliner concert. This year we're proud to announce we're bringing Everclear to Tucson for the concert. So it's really just a wonderful experience for everybody in the family, and fans. They really enjoy how beautiful Tucson is that time of year.
Has sports been a part of your life for a long time?
It really has, yeah. My uncle was one of the original Viking mascots for the Minnesota Vikings. We have pictures of him dressed up as the original Viking, which is a lot of fun. My dad has been to every Viking Super Bowl, and I used to watch football all of the time as a kid. Some of my fondest memories are sitting with my dad watching football games. And so I've always been interested in sports. I've always kept up with sports. Many people don't know this, but I'm pretty good at sports trivia. And that's just because I have a real enjoyment in following sports and keeping up with it.
Where are you from originally?
I grew up in Scottsdale, Arizona, and about 20 years ago I moved to Tucson.
It's somewhat unique that you have a woman in the role of executive director of a bowl game right now.
It is.
Not very many.
There's only one other.
What does that mean to you that, okay, you're the second to do that, and hopefully as we continue to work on diversity and inclusion across all specters of sport, that grows, but what does that mean to you, and does that bring some level of, do you feel any added responsibility because of that?
That's such a great question. When I took the role, I didn't know that. I didn't know that there was only one other woman at the time, Missy Setters in the Independence Bowl, and so I was surprised to learn that actually when I joined the bowl game, but very privileged and humbled to be among such a great company as Missy. But also, as I go out and meet with conferences and athletic departments, it's so reassuring to see all of the really amazing women in these leadership positions in the conferences, in the universities, and I feel like there are going to be more women taking on leadership positions in college athletics as time goes on, for sure.
MidAmerican Conference in 2 years will have the privilege to come in and play in your great game. How did you end up selecting the MidAmerican Conference to come out and join you?
Well, we were so excited to be able to partner with the MidAmerican Conference. There's a terrific football tradition with the MidAmerican Conference that I think really aligns with the values that we have at the Arizona Bowl. We know that a lot of the MidAmerican Conference fans currently live in our geographical footprint, and we really feel like the MAC would bring a lot of fans to our game, which is really important. We want to fill the stadium so that we offer both of our conferences a terrific football experience. So between the tradition and the enthusiastic fans that come along with the MidAmerican Conference, it was an easy selection.
What have you learned in your interactions with other bowl directors?
Well, I've only been with the Bowl a very short time in the executive director position. So I haven't had a lot of interaction with other bowl directors. I'm looking forward to meeting them in the FBA conference in April in Houston in 2019. The few experiences I have been very warm and welcoming. It seems like a wonderful group of people who are excited to help each other and to help, a rising tide lifts all boats. I love that type of a culture, and it certainly appears that seems to be the culture among the other executive directors as well.
How big is your staff?
We have 7 on staff, and then we have about 10 interns. We have a bowl committee of volunteers of around 70 and a board of about 10. So we've got quite an army of people working for us.
What, at the end of the day, when you sit back, it's 3 weeks after your bowl game and you sit back, what will tell you that you had a successful year?
So the Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl is unique in the sense that we donate 100% of our net proceeds to charity. So we're looking to fill every seat in Arizona Stadium because we know every seat symbolizes dollars that go to charity. So 3 weeks after the game, I'll be looking at the types of checks that we'll be writing to charities and how we are enhancing the community of Tucson through our game.
Is there one specific charity you try to focus on, or are you a little more broad-based in how you share the proceeds from the game?
Sure. We are relatively broad-based. One charity that continues to get a lot of our charitable donations is the Boys and Girls Club of Tucson. We feel like there are a lot of wonderful children out there that need a safe place to go after school, and that's an organization that we feel wonderfully attached to. And so over the years, the Boys and Girls Club of Tucson have been one of our charitable recipients.
Kym, thanks for joining us. We look forward to a long relationship, and we can't wait for 2020 when we get a chance to experience the hospitality of your great bowl game.
We're so excited to have you, and 2020 can't come fast enough.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.